Welcome to the Confidence Breakthrough TeleSummit, cracking the code to create a more fearless, courageous, and successful you. Thank you for joining us. This TeleSummit promises to be empowering, uplifting, and inspirational. Now, let's listen in as your host, Dr. Denise, interviews one of today's most influential and transformational experts on how to get your confidence breakthrough.
Welcome to the Confidence Breakthrough TeleSummit, cracking the code to create a more fearless, courageous, and successful you. I'm your host, Dr. Denise, the self-discovery expert. I created this TeleSummit because I see so many people struggling to take their lives to the next level. But it's not because they're not smart enough or talented enough or even competent. Oftentimes they lack the confidence they need to move forward. So I invited a panel of transformational experts to share their insights into how to have the confidence to be fearless, courageous, and successful. And my guest today will do exactly that. I have the pleasure of introducing Kelly Campbell. Hello, Kelly.
Hi.
Welcome, and thank you so much for being part of my TeleSummit.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm so excited to be on with you.
Oh, great. So let me share a little bit with the audience about who you are. So Kelly Campbell is a sought-after, best-selling author, speaker, and business strategist. She has authored 4 books, including The Working Woman's Guide to Rehabbing Houses, The Working Woman's Guide to Finding, Hiring, and Wrangling a Good Contractor, as well as Instant Author, The Working Woman's Guide to Writing a Book in 30 Days. Today, Kelly helps women struggling in soul-sucking careers and dare them to design their lives, dare them to go after any dream, and dare to turn their knowledge and expertise into wealth. Kelly's message is empowering working women to dare to dream, dare to believe, and dare to get paid for what you're worth. So, Kelly, is there anything else you would like to share with the audience about who you are and the work that you do?
I'll just share that I'm really passionate about empowering women, and I have built my businesses around providing training and seminars to create vehicles for women to build wealth as well as step into entrepreneurship.
Oh, that's awesome. And I did catch you said businesses, so it sounds like you have more than one, right?
More than one. They're all in alignment, and they're all a part of the seminar industry. There's the real estate side, which is where I got my start, teaching women how to break into the business of flipping houses. But it's expanded now into mindset training and coaching, because it doesn't matter what business you're in. If your mindset isn't where it needs to be, that will hold you back every time. And that's with real estate or anything else. So it's expanded outside of just real estate to really help people make major breakthroughs and achieve their goals.
Awesome. So this TeleSummit is about getting a confidence breakthrough. So my first question for you is, well, how would you define confidence?
I define confidence as a powerful belief in your worth, your value, and your abilities.
Okay, say that again. That's good. I like that.
I define confidence as a powerful belief in your worth, your value, and your abilities.
Awesome. So with that, why do you think some people struggle with confidence, understanding their worth, their value? Why do you think they struggle with that issue?
I think a lot of people struggle with confidence for 3 different reasons that are all that work together. One is perfection, believing that perfection exists, and it doesn't. I think I said to you early on that Superwoman is a figment of someone's imagination. She is not real. She does not exist.
Yes.
But perfection comes from comparing yourself to these images that we have of what we think is perfection. And a great example of that is Facebook. If you look at Facebook today, You think you're supposed to be working full-time, running a business, raising your children while cooking organic meals that you plucked from your own organic garden by yourself. But, I mean, it's just not achievable if you buy into what you think you think.
I love it. I love it.
So perfection, comparison, and the last one was self-doubt. You know, doubt in your worth, doubt in your likability, and doubt in that you're lovable. That self-doubt is the third one, and those three things combined can kill confidence.
Wow. So has there ever been a time in your life where you struggled with being confident, or if you struggle with self-doubt, all those three things that you just named, was that ever an issue for you?
Oh, yes. Yes, it absolutely was. That there was definitely a time when it came to, you know, for me to have a seminar business right now is really funny because there's a time when I was so afraid to step in front of someone and teach and train. My mentor in real estate was Robin Thompson, and she flipped 100 houses. So in my mind, the definition of a teacher or trainer was after you flip 100 houses, then you can talk to somebody else about it. And after I'd done maybe 2025, the owner of the real estate brokerage that I was working through was like, you got to teach this to all my people. She would see all our transactions, buying houses, selling houses, buying houses. And she's like, you got to teach this. And I'm like, whoa, I've only done 25 houses. I am not a guru. Slow down. And someone had to say to me, Kelly, okay, you've only done 25, but can you help somebody who hasn't done one? Can you explain it? Exactly.
I'm thinking like, wow, I've never done that. Would love to know how. I'm like, wow, you did 25. Oh my God, you know, that's great.
Well, there's a lot of people that if you've done two, you were good. Right. They would want to know what you had learned. But I created an image that I believe represented that person, and I was terrified to teach until someone helped me break through this limit that I had placed on myself. So there's been plenty of times in my life. We'll be here all day going over times when I haven't been confident. The answer to that is absolutely. It's a work in progress.
Absolutely. And I can only imagine, I'm not sure, but even in the real estate field that you started out in, that to me seems like a huge daunting career or field to undertake. So how was your confidence even in going into that field at that particular time when you started out? Did you feel really confident?
Not at all. I wasn't confident of doing my first flip. I will tell you that I was scared. I was sick to my stomach. You know that feeling when you're going down a roller coaster? And as you go down, your stomach goes up literally moves into your chest. Yeah. I felt like that every single day that I was in that rehab. But I did it because I was more afraid of what my life would be like if I didn't make a change. That was scarier to me than the rehab. But the rehab was pretty scary. Make no mistake about it, I was terrified.
Wow. But I just love what you just said, how, you kept going because the thought of not having the life you wanted was more scary than trying it. That's deep. I like that.
Yeah. It's what's the bigger fear, right? What's the bigger fear? And there are a lot of people that will tell you that when we make dramatic change, when we have to force ourselves out of our comfort zone, oftentimes it's moving away from pain that is a bigger driver than moving towards something pleasurable that we want. Pain will make you move. And for me, that pain was stronger than my fear. But the fear was there. And even today, when I get ready to do a rehab, as confident as I am, there's always this moment before you sign the paperwork where you're like, because you've taken on risk every single time. No matter how many you do, it's a risk, every investment. And every time you take that risk, there's something in the back of your mind that says, ooh, we're making the right call here. And you have to gain a trust and a belief in what you know and your ability, and that you've done your homework, and that helps you move forward. But there's always like a little ping there that comes up every single time.
Wow, that's good. So, people say hindsight is 20/20. We can always look back and say what we would have done differently. So what would you tell your younger self about being confident and fearless and courageous? What do you wish you had known then that you know now?
I wish that I had known not to be so concerned with what everybody else is doing. And how I think that they're doing, because you never really know what's going on behind closed doors or what's happening with people. And so I wish I hadn't been so concerned about where I think that everybody else was. I wish that I didn't compare myself, especially to false images like magazines and TV. Because if I had a lighting crew and a glamour team following me around, that would change. That would totally change the perception of who I am.
Sure.
And I wish that when I was younger, you hear in church when they say, oh, that God loves you just the way you are. But I think you have to really grow into that belief that you're lovable just because you're here. You're lovable just because you're alive and you're a human person who gives love. And so, of course, you deserve to be loved. And I wish that I had known that when I was younger, that I could have taken that in and received it.
That's beautiful. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I think a lot of us have struggled with trying to live up to the ideals that we see on TV and in the magazines and, like you said, on Facebook and all these things. You think everyone is doing so much better than what you are, and usually they're not. Everybody is pretty, struggling with something,
Yeah. Everyone is. No one is immune.
And you're right. We don't know what's going on in people's houses and people's lives behind closed doors. And so I think we'd be better served by just focusing on just making sure our lives are what we want them to be. So I just love that. So what would be the first thing you would tell someone who is struggling with confidence issues?
Take the focus off of you for a little while. Oftentimes, like when we walk into a room full of people that we don't know, if we're nervous, if we're feeling unsure, it's because we're so worried about what other people think about us, but there's a room full of people that are probably just as nervous and unassured. And if we take the focus off of how we're feeling and focus on how other people are feeling, one, it feels good to maybe provide some warmth and be welcoming to someone else.
Yeah.
But two, when you take the focus off of you, you put it onto other people, it's a lot harder to not be confident.
Oh, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So,
I'd like to go into an event. Oh, I'm sorry, Denise.
No, you go ahead.
I like to walk into an event. I used to get really nervous going to networking events. Gosh, I hated that word. Networking. You have to network. That's what they tell everybody. You got to get out and network. And I'm like, God, not networking. And so now I like to go into a room when I don't know anybody and act like I'm the hostess and just make everyone else feel comfortable. And so that's like a trick that I learned a long time ago, and I still do it today. And welcome people when they come in the door. And that helps me get warm and get comfortable. And that's how I get going when I first walk into an event. If I start to feel that little twinge of, feeling nervous or uncertain, I go in and I just act like I own the place and it's my house and you're my guest.
I love it.
Come on in. Hi, I'm Kelly. Thank you for coming. And it works. I swear to you, it works.
What? I love that. Oh, my God. I love it. Love it. Love it. So prior to doing that, what did you used to do when you went into new environment or when you went to a networking event?
You know, when I was really working on my confidence, just in the beginning, I would walk in and I would scan the room and I would look for people who looked like they might feel displaced, and I would go over and try to make that person feel comfortable. And because again, it's about taking the focus off of you, right? Like, don't worry so much about what people think about me. Because when you think about it, actually, if you're so focused on how you feel, you're totally missing the point of networking, which is to get to know the other people.
Absolutely.
So also being inquisitive is really, really good, because in all honesty, we get so worried about what people think about us, but they're not really that interested in us. They're interested in themselves, and they love to talk about themselves, so open that door. So, I just identify people who might look interesting or look like they want to talk, ask them questions about themselves, and they did all the work. All I had to do was listen. That works too. It really does.
I love it, because I think a lot of us struggle with going to networking events. It's not one of my favorite things either. But you have just given me some strategies to use for my next one.
A great question to ask people is, what are you really excited about or passionate about right now? What's your mission right now? That can get somebody going for 20 minutes. A great conversation. And then you get to find out something amazing or interesting about them, and you can find an opening on how you could support them. And that's a great way to network, is to be able to support other people in what their mission is. So it's a great way to find out how you can help them and make a connection.
I love that. Ooh, I'm going to use all that for my next networking event. Love it. So why do you think that having confidence is really essential to being fearless or courageous, or even having some semblance of success? Why do you think confidence is a key ingredient for this thing?
Well, there's a couple of different levels. The first level is, I think, when you are really and truly feeling confident, it brings a contentment, a peace, and a happiness to you, the person, right? Because you're feeling good. It's like you especially like a night when you're dressed to kill. You look good. You just feel good. You don't necessarily care too much about everything else going on around you, because you feel so fabulous. You can just stay home with yourself and feel good. So it contributes to feeling happy and satisfied. It gives you a satisfied feeling. But in terms of relationships, whether they're personal or business, feeling confident and courageous is so important, because when you feel confident, other people can feel it. Like before you open your mouth and say a word, they can feel it. It's an energy that goes with confidence, and it will attract people to you. It will literally turn you into a magnet for everything that you want, personally and professionally, because you are projecting that positive, that energy that you want. Because we all know if you project negativity, that's what you're going to attract. And we don't want any of that. So confidence, we don't want that, but confidence allows you to project positivity. That happiness and joy you're feeling on the outside, when it's projected, it just draws all the right people at the right time into your space, and that's on a personal level and a professional level. It is essential to my business that I work on my confidence, because it brings me all the people that I need to have in my circle. It brings me the clients that I want to share all this knowledge and experience with. And so confidence is essential to everything I do, personally and professionally.
Oh, awesome. So how do you maintain your levels of confidence?
I do it a couple different ways. For me, a big one that has helped my confidence is exercise. And I've learned in recent years about the connection between the mind and the body. The mind and the body are one. And when you come to understand that, when you go and you work out, even if it's just a walk around the block, that those endorphins get pumping and you feel happy and energetic and you don't even know why. It's because your mind and your body are connected. And the same thing, when I treat my body well in terms of what I eat, what I take in, it means I have more energy and I'm naturally more confident. And I started to notice that over the last few years and how important that is. I also work on confidence in terms of what I read and what I expose my mind to. I'm very careful about exposing my mind to positive messages. I stopped watching the news a couple of years back. I might, read headlines here and there, so I keep up with what's going on. And if there's a topic I'm interested in, I'll look into it in more depth. But just to sit and watch the news, all those negative images, they would bring me down. They would suck away all my energy. I'd be feeling down and depressed. And the last thing I would say, Denise, is who I surround myself with. There are people that have been in our lives. We have a conversation with them on the phone, and you hang up the phone tired, and you don't even know why. They suck the energy out of you through the phone. And there are other, it's funny, but you know what I'm talking about. I know you do. But contrarily, there are people who you don't even know that well. They might even be a stranger, someone you just see, at a networking event or church or in class, who just being around them makes you feel more positive and uplifted. And it may not even be someone who's close to you. I am very careful about who I surround myself with because it can affect your confidence. There are people that will take your energy, your strength, and your confidence and run off with it before you even know what happened. And then there are other people who pour into you constantly, bring you positive energy, and you feel uplifted. Choose the uplifting people if you can help it. If you can. Because who you surround yourself with, it plays a big role. I truly believe that.
I absolutely agree. I love that, Kelly. Oh, my goodness. You have just given us so much to think about. This is great. It's really great. So those are the three things you said you do to help maintain your confidence. Is that correct?
Yes. You got it.
Awesome. I just truly believe that, the things you're sharing is of so much value to my listeners. And I ask that all the speakers add even more value by providing a gift to the audience. So I want to give you an opportunity to share what gift you are gifting the audience as well as how it can help them to build their confidence.
Absolutely. So one of my coaching programs is about helping people who want to get their books done. And what I have found, especially for entrepreneurs or people who are experts in a field, is that they get a lot of confidence out of writing a book. And it doesn't have to be a long book. An ebook could be 20 pages. But it gives them a sense of feeling like an authority. It makes them feel more credible to say that I have written a book, and it has been a confidence builder for a lot of my clients who struggle to be able to say, I am an expert. I struggled with it myself years ago, and writing my first book made a huge difference in me. Just writing down what I knew and presenting it to the public in the format of a book, it helped give me the edge I needed to be able to say, yes, I am an authority. So it's a huge confidence builder for a lot of people. So I thought that would be a really good gift for the audience today, because there may be people who have thought about it, been thinking about it for years maybe, and wanted to find a way to do it, but that fits into their current lifestyle. And so I wrote my book in about 30 days. It can absolutely be done. And I wrote a book.
Wait a minute. You wrote your book in 30 days?
I wrote my best-selling book in 30 days. And I have a system for how to do it. Nope, I did. And I help other people to do the same thing. I call it the 90-day Get Your Book Done Dare. And so the gift I'm giving is an overview guide of how that's done. And it's called The Working Girl's Guide to Writing a Book in 30 Days. How do you write a book in 30 days? That's what I'm giving away so that
Wow.
people can see that it's actually possible. I'm all about doing the impossible. So writing a book in 30 days, not impossible. It can be done. And so that's the free gift for today.
Oh, that's, I'm definitely signing up for that. Wow. Because even when I read the title, Working Girl's Guide to Writing a Book in 30, I'm thinking maybe get the outline done, maybe but you wrote the entire book in 30 days.
I wrote the entire book in 30 days. You got it.
Wow.
And it can absolutely be done, and we're helping other people to do the same thing.
Oh, my God, Kelly, that's awesome.
It's my goal for 2018 to get it down to a weekend, but I've got to test it first.
What?
So we're going to stick with 30 days for now.
That is incredible. I'm serious. I'm getting that myself because I've been thinking about writing a book, and other people telling me I should write a book, but I just felt like it was going to be this long, drawn-out process, and I was not looking forward to that. But I might can get 30 days to it, to the process of it. You know what I mean? That's good.
It's totally doable.
Wow. Well, all righty. So this has been awesome. I'm so thankful for you joining me and sharing all those wonderful things you shared today. This TeleSummit would not have been the same without you. So thank you again for sharing all your insights, your information, your free gift. It's all awesome. So as we wrap up, are there any final thoughts you want to share?
I just want to share that confidence is an ongoing process. It's a living, breathing animal, and wherever you are, there's the opportunity to grow. And I just encourage everybody that's listening on the call to stay in pursuit of confidence for finding the fulfillment that they're looking for in their everyday life, in their professional life, in their personal lives.
Awesome, Kelly. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed our conversation today. It was just very insightful, and I just thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Denise.
You're so welcome. This is Dr. Denise, the self-discovery expert. Thank you for joining, and we will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.